Welcome to the vlog. I'm Marcus Cole. With us is Director of Competitions, Beth Noss for the West Virginia Soccer Association. Beth, welcome to the vlog.
Hey, Marcus, thanks for having me.
Today we're going to be talking about a few things involved with some of our cups, our events coming up this spring with the West Virginia Soccer Association. Beth, the first event is the West Virginia State League that is going to be played on March 26th and 27th at the Shawnee Sports Complex in Dunbar. Registration is going on right now. Deadline is at the end of this month. Beth, talk to us a little bit about what the West Virginia State League is and how it applies to our other cups.
Well, it's just a qualifying league to qualify you into the State Cup. It gives the teams an opportunity to play at least 3 other teams so that we can kind of have an idea of how they're doing and a roster to compare it against. Because any of the other qualifying leagues, we use that roster and we use that as part of their determination that they're maintaining their roster continuity between the 2 different things.
Excellent. So if you're interested in participating in the West Virginia State League, if you're not a part of another qualifying league, because there are other qualifying leagues for State Cup, is that correct?
Absolutely. There are several. There's the Great Lakes Conference, the South Atlantic Conference, the Club Champions League, PA West League, and then there's the West Virginia State League, and then National Capital Soccer, I believe, is also one of our qualifiers. And if there's something they're in that they're not sure, they can always ask, because we've used a couple of other events to help qualify for that.
Excellent. So if you don't have a qualifying league to be a part of, the West Virginia State League is the perfect league for you to be a part of if you're interested in participating in some of our other cups. So deadline for that is at the end of this month, February 28th. Let's go on to State Cup and President's Cup. We kind of did things a little bit differently last year. I think it worked out pretty well. Registration deadline for both of those events is April 6th, and prelims are going to be on May 21st and 22nd, and the finals are going to be June 4th and 5th, or the semifinals and finals, depending upon if there is a semifinal for the age group. But June 4th and 5th down at the Paul Klein Memorial Soccer Complex in Beckley. Talk to us a little bit about this. I know a lot of, people are kind of deciding, do we do the State Cup route? Do we do the President's Cup route? We've had some tremendous success last year in the President's Cup with 3 teams winning the East Region President's Cup and moving on to the National President's Cup in Iowa. And then we had 1 team that went to the final match and ended up coming out National President's Cup finalists. So if people are trying to decide which one they need to go to, what are your thoughts on the differences of the competition levels and stuff like that?
Well, the way we run it is they have the opportunity to play in the events, and then we choose our top team to go to our national championship series, and then the second tier team can go to the President's Cup. It's a little different in trying to figure those out sometimes, but I think it's a great opportunity for both. It was amazing watching our teams play in the President's Cup and competed very well, both when we were at regionals and at nationals. That was just a lot of energy, a great experience for the kids. I'm sure any of the players would tell you that. And so the way that we kind of have it set, it helps you not have to make that decision right now when you're registering. You can come into it and say you want to qualify, I want to play. I'm going to play State Cup only. I want to go President's Cup only, or I'm willing to do President's Cup if we're not the State Cup champions.
Excellent. And the good news this year is that both the East Region Championship Series as well as the East Region President's Cup both being held in West Virginia. So honestly, you can't go wrong either way.
That's right. That does help a little bit because for the teams, because it's still kind of local. It's a lot of work that WVSA will be doing, but we always enjoy doing it.
Excellent. All right. Well, if you need any more information about the West Virginia State League or State Cup or President's Cup, you can always go to our website, wvsoccer.net, wvsoccer.net. Look on the navigation bar. You can find all the information there. All right, Beth, we appreciate your time and we appreciate you being on the vlog today. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. Have a great day.
And now we're with Dr. Peter McGahey, West Virginia Soccer Association Olympic Development Program Director. Peter, we have a lot going on with the ODP program this month in February. First, want to talk about Isaiah Briggs. Isaiah is a 2006 boys ODP player. Recently just got back from Florida. He went to the U.S. Youth Soccer ODP National Training Camp, got an invite there. I talked to Isaiah the other day, and he was just smiling from ear to ear about the experience. And he had such a great time, learned so much. He said it was awesome working under the coaching of Ian Barker. He just said he had a great time. Talk to us a little bit and share with our audience a little bit about the opportunities and benefits about being invited to an event like this.
I think the exciting part about this is, first of all, hats off, and we should all across West Virginia be giving a standing ovation to Isaiah and what he and his accomplishments and where this potentially goes. And I think it's when one of our players from West Virginia, either on the men's side, on the boys' side or the girls' side, finds success like this, I think it's really something that we all should celebrate all across our communities, because it's a direct correlation of everybody's hard work that we've provided an environment for Isaiah to rise through, rise up, to grow in. And I think it's a celebration of what we've got going on here with West Virginia Soccer, West Virginia ODP, and it's certainly a compliment to what the young man is accomplishing and what his future success can be. I think for Isaiah, it's a place where it mirrors some of the things that we try to create at a state level, where Isaiah has now been identified as he has characteristics and qualities that now allow him to move up sort of the escalator to the next level of learning environment, to be exposed with more players of his similar ability, more players with his potential, to be exposed again to new coaches, new ideas at a national level, where he's amongst, in terms of his age group, the top 22 players from all across the country. Like that's a lot of 2006 boys who are playing soccer for one of our own to have risen up through. And I think it's just those experiences that he's now going to be able to gain ideas in a new learning environment, how to apply his technique and skills and his ability with players and with other players who are going places. And I think that anytime that you get to move up like that, there's going to be, for Isaiah on the boys' side, there's national team scouts who are going to be there. So again, there's more levels that he can rise to. There's undoubtedly going to be MLS Academy scouts there looking to bring into the MLS teams. And don't forget that other foreign clubs as well are looking at identifying players who have the opportunity to go to those things. So I think the platform is provided is that he's able to play on his level, learn new experiences, and recognize that there is even further levels for him to go. And I could not be more excited for Isaiah about what the future holds. And I'm certainly looking forward to hearing all about that the next time I see him.
Yeah, real exciting times for Isaiah. So congratulations to Isaiah Briggs on a job well done. ODP teams are getting back into action at the end of February. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, again, we're looking forward to it, sort of with this, let's call it the early February thaw. We can start looking forward to a little bit of spring soccer, but here at the end of the month, our ODP teams. So again, these players just getting themselves out into these environments. Our players will travel to West Virginia. It'll be the first time that I've traveled to that event. But again, it's what Virginia Soccer under Gordon Miller's leadership, Russell Dishman, some gentlemen that I know very well, do a wonderful job down there. And I'm really looking forward to a first-class event for our players and our coaches, again, to experience a little bit of different learning environment, to grow alongside each other, and again, to continue to be preparing for our events coming in the summer.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful event down in Williamsburg, Virginia, the Virginia ODP Friendlies. And as we wrap up things here on the vlog, talk to us a little bit about your new book that is out. I just discovered that on Twitter last week and was really excited about it. Could talk to us about it.
So I would say, Marcus, thank you humbly for bringing it up. I along with a mentor of mine, and I'll sure to share the backstory in a second, have a book coming out in April is the scheduled publication date. It's a grassroots coaching book, grassroots coaching using sports psychology and coaching principles effectively. And it's really designed for coaches at whatever level who really want to grow and learn and take a slightly different approach to this youth sport environment. It is not soccer specific. It is a general sports book that pull in examples and ideas from lots of different sports, but really provide some really, what we hope is will reach the reader, really create an idea about what youth sport is supposed to be about, and really provide them some real practical skills for them to be able to go out and help their teams and their players that next afternoon, not something that they're going to have to wait 2 or 3 weeks for those lessons to take, that we hopefully those lessons will be able to be applied right away. And the book is a product of a long-standing relationship with a mentor of mine. It's sort of a byproduct of COVID, that when COVID happened, a lot of us sort of started to look around and say, what are we going to do with all this time in our house? So I was fortunate, good fortune allowed me to connect with one of my mentors. When I was a state director of coaching in Oklahoma, I ran across a gentleman named Dr. Peter Piero. And Peter and I connected when I was in Oklahoma and spent many years working on several projects, and then sort of life as it does, it takes you. But when COVID started, Peter and I were able to reconnect. The fascinating part about my mentor and Peter happens to be that Peter is right now 94 years old. So Peter has written this book in his 90s, and we were connected with COVID when he was living in Illinois now, in a community up there. And it's a place where we wrote the book old school style. What I mean by that is like exchanging files, sending copies, talking on the telephone, no Zoom meetings. And we're really excited about that. And I think it's a place where, again, humbly, I know that I'm really excited to be able to add to Peter's legacy, because it's, again, the perspective that we can all gain as coaches from the wisdom of a coach who has as much lived experience in education and in youth sport as Peter. I know we're all going to benefit from that. And there's many coaches and many athletes who are going to benefit from this book.
Can folks pre-order it right now?
Yeah, it's a pre-orders available. You can go on, you can certainly contact me and I can help, but you can pick that up or pre-order that book at any of your favorite online booksellers. Please go out there and check it out. It's just type in grassroots coaching, and it's the one with the cool green cover and all the wonderful sports.
Awesome. Sounds great. We're going to have you on the podcast sometime so we can kind of go a little bit into detail as we get closer to the release date. So Dr. Peter McGahey, West Virginia Soccer Association Olympic Development Program Director, we appreciate your time today on the vlog.
As always, Marcus, thank you very much. And I look forward to it. Keep doing great things, everyone.
We're here with Mike McCarthy, West Virginia Soccer Association State Referee Administrator, here on the vlog as we talk about a few things that are involving the WVSA Referee Program. First, Mike, let's go ahead and talk about upcoming new referee courses that are being scheduled, and we can kind of segue into call for referees for various events.
Excellent. Thanks once again for having me, Marcus. Let me share my screen very briefly here. What you're seeing now is our state referee program website. The address is www.wvsareferees.org. And on the front of this website, over here in our calendar on the right side, you'll see that we already have 3 new referee field sessions scheduled in the upcoming weeks. The first of which will be in late February in Dunbar at the Shawnee Sports Complex. And then additionally sessions on March 5th so far in Buchanan and Parkersburg. We'll be adding more sessions as we get them scheduled, so they will be hopefully convenient to anybody anywhere in the state who seeks to become a referee. It's important to remember that the in-person field sessions are the culmination, the last step in obtaining the new referee license. The remainders, the prerequisites, the online training that is required before attendance is explained at the link Become a Referee on the top menu of our website. It explains how to create a profile in the US Soccer Learning Center, how to do the initial online training module, which takes about 4.5 to 5 hours of total time to complete, and you can save your progress and come back later. And then finally, to register for one of these sessions. So anyone interested in becoming a referee should start again here at this link, become a referee, and then look for a convenient location and date for the in-person field session, which itself takes between about 2 or 3 hours. Also on our calendar, you'll see at least one upcoming event that includes a call for referees, and that is the West Virginia Football Club's Capital Cup in the first part of April, April 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Shawnee Sports Complex and potentially at other locations as well. Anyone interested in attending as a referee can open up that event and learn more about how to apply. An important thing that I do want to mention about that is that we have, let me go back actually to the front of the page here. We have already identified 3 referee coaches and mentors who will be in attendance at that event in April. One of them is Rob Faraday, former FIFA and MLS assistant referee, Chico Grajeda, and Soren Stoica, excuse me, both of whom are current video assistant referees for PRO, the Professional Referee Organization. These 3 folks will be in attendance to help mentor and develop our referees at the event.
It's a great opportunity for our referees to get that level of mentorship, advice.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really worth going down and being a part of this event.
Absolutely. We repeatedly get feedback to that very point from the referees who attend. They absolutely embrace the development opportunity that this represents. The other thing I do want to mention, as well as we still are recertifying referees. If you've been a referee in the past and haven't yet recertified your referee license for 2022, now's the time to do it. The recertification process is entirely online. Does not require attendance at a field session or any in-person meeting. And again, if you go to the For Referees menu and choose recertification from the drop-down menu on our website, it'll walk you through the process of doing that, whether you're a grassroots or a regional emeritus referee.
And most people, just for the point of reference, will be wanting the grassroots referee.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we have about 90 to 95% of our referees in West Virginia, and indeed across the country, work their games at the grassroots level. And those are the folks who are really putting in the hours and the time and the effort to make the game happen on behalf of the players.
Excellent. And as we wrap up with you, Mike, on the vlog, we want to talk about, now normally we have done in the past a WVSA Referee Workshop as part of our Hall of Fame weekend.
Right.
Of course, due to COVID, we did not do that recently, and it was actually held virtually, and it was such a tremendous success virtually that that's the way that we're going to continue that. So why don't you kind of give a little update on the virtual referee workshop?
Absolutely. Last year, as you noted, we did the process online through Zoom. We were able to have some really top-notch folks participate along with us. We had S.A. Baharmist, former World Cup and Olympic referee from the U.S. We had Sean Hurd, also a former World Cup match official. We had Pedro Trejo from U.S. Soccer. We had Lee Suckle, the East Region referee administrator. And finally, Kevin Suarez and Kara Hontham. Kara is a national referee coach, and she's currently the state director of instruction in Massachusetts. All of them were able to join us online in a one-day event, and it was very well received. This year, we're going to also take the online approach, but we're going to spread it out a little bit. We're not going to require people to devote an entire Saturday afternoon to the event. We're going to have some of these sessions perhaps on a weekend or perhaps in an evening. We'll record them and make them available. And those dates will begin to be populated on this same calendar here on the front of our website, as well as posted in our Facebook group and Twitter account. And I'm sure you'll help us get the word out through social media as well.
Excellent. And of course, that website is WVSAReferees.org. If you
Correct.
can't remember that, go to our main page, WVSoccer.net, and click on refs, and it'll take you right to this page. So
Yeah.
excellent stuff, Mike. Lots going on. Appreciate the update, and we'll talk to you next month.
All right. Thanks, Marcus.